The dream bigger than poverty. Alize stood in front of the cracked mirror, brushing her long, silky black hair that flowed down in waves. Her hazel eyes, speckled with gold, reflected both exhaustion and fierce determination. Years of caring for her sick father had hardened her hands and hidden her beauty behind worn-out clothes. But not today. Today, she wore an emerald green borrowed dress. Light makeup softened her sharp cheekbones. For the first time in years, her lips wore lipstick, and her eyes, hope. She was marrying Rohul Khan, a wealthy, mysterious businessman who spoke little but commanded every room. Love didn't matter, survival did. Are you sure? Her friend Zara asked. You don't know anything about him. I don't need to, Alize replied. I just need a way out. She had no idea that Rohel had chosen her not for love, but for a test she never saw coming. Rohel Khan stepped into the wedding hall in a deep navy sherwani with silver detailing. He was tall and broad-shouldered with sculpted cheekbones and a strong jawline. His hair was thick and perfectly styled, but what made people freeze were his eyes. Stormy gray, calm, yet unreadable, he rarely smiled. Barely spoke, but when he entered a room, silence followed. Rumors swirled around him. He owns oil fields. No, tech companies. He doesn't trust women. What no one knew was that Rohel had walked away from it all 6 months ago. He had donated most of his wealth and shut down his companies. He was done with being wanted for what he owned. Then he met Alize. Her desperation was honest, and oddly enough, he respected that. So he offered her marriage, not for companionship, but for clarity. If she stayed after knowing the truth, maybe she was the one. The engagement was quiet, no grand gestures, just a dinner where Rohel nodded once and that was it. Alize sat across from him in a modest pink chiffon dress. Her fingers nervously gripped the tablecloth. Rohel, in a tailored black suit, was unreadable as ever. Why me? She finally asked. Because you didn't pretend, he replied simply. That was it. No flowers, no promises, just that one sentence. Alize knew she was marrying for stability, not love. She wouldn't ask how much money he had. She didn't need to. His watch alone could pay off her father's hospital bills. She made a silent vow, marry him, stay loyal, and build a life of comfort. Rohel, however, had a different vow, one she knew nothing about. This wasn't about building love. It was about revealing truths. The wedding venue glittered in gold and jasmine. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling, while silk-covered chairs lined the aisles. Alize stepped into the hall wearing a deep maroon bridal lehenga embroidered with gold beads. Her hair was tied into a soft bun, her eyes lined with kohl, lips deep red. She looked like royalty, but inside, her heart thudded. Behind fans and camera phones, people whispered, she's marrying him for his money. Does she even know who he is? Rohel could have done better. Alize didn't care. She just wanted peace, a home, a second chance. In the corner of the hall, Rohel stood like a silent storm in a royal blue sherwani. He didn't look nervous, but he was about to change everything. He would speak now and silence them all. Just as the Qazi began reciting the vows, Rohel raised his hand. The entire hall went quiet. He walked to the front, took the mic, and turned toward the guests. Before we continue, I need to tell the truth. Alize's stomach dropped. Rohel's voice was calm but steady. 6 months ago, I gave up everything, my wealth, companies, and status. I donated it all. What remains is just me. Gasps, shock, whispered curses. I did it because I wanted to see who would choose me, not my money. And that's why I chose Alize. All eyes turned to the bride. Alize, now you know who I truly am. No money, no empire, just a man. Do you still want to marry me? Everyone waited. What she said next changed everything. Alize froze. She could feel hundreds of eyes on her. People were waiting for her to walk away in shame. But instead she stood up and walked toward Rohel. She took the mic. You want honesty? Here it is. She looked at the crowd. Yes, I said yes to this marriage, thinking Rohel was rich. I won't lie. The whispers grew louder. But over the past few weeks, I met a man who respected me, who never lied, never judged. He gave me dignity when no one else did. She turned to Rohel. So now, knowing the truth, yes, I still want to marry you. The crowd gasped, someone clapped, then another. Rohel, for the first time that day, smiled. And in that moment, both of them became more than what they ever thought they could be. The Kazi began again, his voice firmer this time. This time, the vows weren't about wealth or status, they were about trust. Rohel gently slipped a simple silver ring on her finger, no diamond, no glitter. Thank you for seeing me, he whispered. Thank you for giving me a choice, she whispered back. Zara, standing nearby, wiped tears from her eyes. They weren't just husband and wife now. They were survivors of judgment, of tests, of loneliness. Rohel hadn't found someone who wanted his money. He had found someone who wanted him. Later that night, as the lights dimmed and guests left, Rohel took Alizé aside. There's one more truth, he said. She braced herself. I did give everything away, but a month ago, I quietly started over. A small tech startup, no investors, just me and two friends. Alizé blinked. Why are you telling me this now? He smiled softly. Because I wanted to be sure you loved me without it. Now that I know, I want you to be part of what I build next. Alizé didn't care how much he had. He could have everything or nothing. She had found what she never thought she'd have: love, respect, and a future not bought by wealth, but built with it.